This is Mead and Cheese, the returning show after, I don't know how long we've been off. But yeah, we've returned and we are late on because the university still hasn't given us access to the radio studio.
I have access.
But that's why we've got Ed.
Yeah, this is why I was like 45 minutes late.
So Ed, tell us some interesting facts about Hilperton.
It's in Wiltshire. The village is separated by a few fields called the Hilperton Gap.
Nice.
It's on... it's separated from Trowbridge by the Hilperton Gap.
Ooh.
It's approximately 1.3 miles from Trowbridge town centre. It's a very nice place. I used to go to a festival near Trowbridge.
Nice.
I've never actually spent any time in Trowbridge itself, but I'm sure it's lovely.
And why are we looking at Hilperton today?
Oh, because Hilperton is the place in the UK where mead is most searched.
That is...
The city.
That is interesting.
All 5,000 residents of Hilperton searching mead.
Yes, and of course, Leicester used to be the most searched place for mead.
Yeah.
Mead and Cheese was
it is the 7th. Behind Orsett, but above Rickmansworth. Also, if we look at this chart here, the north of England, not very big on mead.
That's a shame.
Norwich, though, apparently fairly big.
I was talking to a friend who was telling me about the Yorkshire Mead Festival.
The Yorkshire Mead Fest. Wheatleys of Yorkshire.
Nice.
Horns of Odin.
Sounds even nicer.
Ravenforge.
Ooh. Speaking of Odin...
Nidhogger Mead Co.
Speaking of Odin, the new Thor movie just came out.
Haven't watched it.
I have seen bits of it when I have walked into the screen at work.
Jorvik Viking Festival mead tasting.
Ooh. Now that sounds nice.
Fine mead producers. Wheatleys of Yorkshire.
I think we should order some Yorkshire mead.
Yeah? How much is their mead?
Let's have a look. We are discovering a new mead on this show. We normally get the...
Yeah, we have many.
Lime Bay Winery, which is down in Devon. And we've also had Fjord Mead, which is based in Ashfield.
It's £19 a bottle.
How big is the bottle?
Although I'm also going to click seasonal.
Ooh.
It is... I don't know. It doesn't... 70 centilitre.
Oh, that's the same size as the Lime Bay one, yeah.
Yeah. So like wine bottle size.
So it's a little bit more expensive, but
yeah.
We'll have to try it to see how it tastes.
They've also got seasonal meads. Hibiscus infusion.
Nice.
The winter spice is out of stock. Black cherry and vanilla.
That sounds nice.
And of course slow mead.
Slow berries.
Yeah.
Very
My mum is a very big fan of slow gin, so I'm sure it must taste a bit like that.
Slow gin is nice, and mead is often referred to as the cousin of gin.
Is it?
It is. Yes. It's not something I've just made up. That is true.
Should we check out Nidhogger Mead? Oh wait, I'm too young.
Nidhogger Mead.
There we go. Mead Map.
Where are these based?
I think also Yorkshire. Hold on, let me scroll down.
I think I just saw something about the city of York.
That would make... Yeah, it's definitely York. They have them in stock at Jorvik Viking Centre, which I haven't heard good things about.
I'll have to ask
but
my
it's
good
made
friend
from pure
Alistair
Yorkshire
Brown
honey.
And ask him what the Jorvik Viking Centre is like.
Okay. I'm not a fan of Yorkshire. It's mostly because everyone who's from Yorkshire is so full of themselves.
Please elaborate.
Okay. Have you ever met anyone in the UK who's more weirdly proud of where they're from than Yorkshires? Don't count yourself, because that's a joke.
Yeah, there is a lot of Yorkshire pride, but I think that applies to most of the north of England. Like, there's a lot of northern pride.
Yeah, there is, but that's just like general north. We're not the south. But like, Yorkshire is just weird in how much it loves itself. Because, like, for some reason, they have this very one-sided rivalry with Lancashire.
Yeah.
Which, as far as I can tell, is just Yorkshire having an inferiority complex with the Lancashire because they lost the War of the Roses.
Right.
And you could say that, oh yeah, but the House of Lancaster, was extinct at the end of the war. Yeah, but Yorkshire didn't win. Richard III most definitely is buried in a car park.
Yeah.
However, Henry Tudor did win. So the House of Lancaster won. Also, there is one good thing, actually two good things in York.
Go on.
Okay.
Is it the Railway Museum?
Like you go to York, you have business in New York, you get out the station, one of the best places in York.
Yeah.
It's a lovely station. You get out the station, you go to the Railway Museum, walk around, leave, go do whatever business you had, go back to the Railway Museum, do look around again because it's amazing, and then you go back to the train station and leave. That is all you can do in York. That's the only important things.
I feel like we need someone who's actually from York to have an opposing argument against this.
No.
Because at the moment it's just me who's like...
Don't care.
Not really
the invigilator.
Yeah, the invigilator. There's you who's saying Yorkshire's terrible, and then we've got no one to argue against it. I'm just saying that they shouldn't be
so up themselves about it. Also, this does come from being at a folk festival recently, where for some reason every act was from Yorkshire, and me and my mum were both sort of sat there, and she is from the other side of the hills.
Right.
She is not from Yorkshire, and she's just sort of sat there like, they're always talking about Yorkshire.
To be fair, I had a lecturer who was from Yorkshire, and he was always talking about being from Yorkshire. So maybe you're right. So anyway, Nidhogger Mead.
Oh yeah, we were looking at Mead. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, Nidhogger, or Nidhogger, or Hogger. So yeah, they do traditional. They got ginger mead.
Nice.
An elderflower and a lemon and lime.
Should we see how much their traditional mead is?
Yeah. I think the lemon and lime would be... Ooh, Jesus.
£25 a bottle. How big is the bottle?
You can pay £18 for 35 centilitre.
That's not a lot.
Yeah. This is very expensive mead.
So is that the 70 centilitre one?
Yeah.
Crikey.
I do want to try that lemon and lime, though. Imagine that would be quite good.
Yeah, so we've got the Yorkshire Meads, we've got Nidhogger, and what was the other one?
Oh, yeah, Yorkshire Mead. There is, I think this is just a site.
The Wheatleys.
No, this is
Yorkshire.
Just a stock. I think that's who. Who the hell is this?
So if you want some Yorkshire mead, you can get the Wheatleys of Yorkshire.
This place is just selling mead.
The Nidhogger Mead.
The Horns of Odin.
Are they also from Yorkshire?
They're selling many meads.
Where are these guys based?
I don't know. I'd assume Yorkshire.
Nice. And we are now joined by DJ Cheese in the studio. DJ Cheese, what is your opinion on Yorkshire?
Hello. So, again, very hot outside today. I'm sure it's very hot in Yorkshire today. Yorkshire is a lovely thing. The one thing, though, why I wouldn't go to Yorkshire right now is because since about 2017, Yorkshire Cathedral started charging for admissions into the cathedral. It used to be free. And now they charge you money. And that makes the whole trip it's like pay to play, isn't it, again, in Yorkshire?
Outrageous. But would you like to try some Wheatleys of Yorkshire mead?
Yeah, I think I would. I think we have. I think that's one thing we've not spoken about in a while, because obviously with the summer recess, we stopped Mead and Cheese for a bit. But now we're back in full steam with our new hours.
Yep.
Which are 5 till 7 p.m.
Yes.
But yeah, we haven't actually spoke about mead for a while.
No, we haven't, and I feel like it'd be a nice thing to do for us to make a mead map of the UK.
I think that would actually be a really good idea. Like, talking about, and we could go to that place where that mead is and try it, like Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Or we could go to Devon, Cornwall.
There is one in Cornwall.
There is one in Cornwall.
There is.
I am actually going to Cornwall next week.
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Which way are you going to?
My mum's never actually given me the address of where we're going, although I have asked her countless
Do you know what
times.
town it is?
No, it's North Cornwall.
Oh, no, then. It's the worst bit.
North Cornwall. That
Yeah.
sounds like an oxymoron.
Well, you go to North Cornwall for surfing and that's it.
Yeah.
Newquay isn't a great town, if I'm honest.
Oh, I had the Newquay
Perranporth's pretty
hoodie as
good.
a kid. Just the big red hoodie with yellow letters saying Newquay.
No, Perranporth's quite good. There's a great ice cream bar in Perranporth.
I bought-
However, Penzance is great, and Falmouth, which is where I'm going to be.
Yeah, but did you ever buy a shark tooth necklace from Newquay?
No, I bought one from a beach, a person on a beach.
But yeah, we should make the mead map of the UK. Like you say, we've got Devon, which is Lime Bay Winery's mead. And you were talking about Cornwall. Shout out to Ben, the manager at Showcase, who is going to Cornwall soon for some lovely Cornish mead. So there we go.
You know what I've just noticed? Leicester has the second most searched cheese.
Ooh. Is that saying that Leicester is 50-50
Oh, wait, no.
on interest for
What?
mead and cheese?
Nope. Well, yeah, apparently. Do you think a lot of people just don't search this words cheese or mead a lot?
I think there's a lot of people in Leicester searching mead and cheese, and that's why it's so high up.
Medsteed doesn't search for mead at all.
Ooh, but they do search for a lot of cheese.
It probably helps with Leicester that there is a school called Mead Academy.
Yeah, there's also the Leicester Cheese Festival,
Ooh, that sounds fun.
which is, yeah. Shall we go to a quick song?
Yep. Put it on quick.
DJ Mead. I'm DJ Mead. DJ Cheese.
DJ.
Do you have a song request?
Yeah, I don't think we've had this one on here very often, but could we have Year 3000?
Yes, we can.
Hello.
So, we are now going on to the politics section of Mead and Cheese, where we are going to be talking about the opinion polls.
Okay. What we're going to do, the way we're going to do this is I'll be the Conservatives, you be Labour,
Darth
and
Vader.
you just pick one of the other parties because they're all pointless.
I'll be Liberal Democrat.
I will go for Plaid Cymru, the true party of Wales.
I will pick Labour and Liberal Democrat because there's not much difference.
It is.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
really
like
is.
Ed Davey that much.
I
I won't lie.
Anyway,
That is
our
a-
political correspondent Ed
Yeah.
is going to tell us the current opinion polling of the parties.
Conservatives are doing badly.
Yes,
Yes.
but it's
well,
looking good for the Lib Dems.
Yeah, the Lib Dems are on the up.
And so are Labour, by the
Yep.
looks of things. Greens, SNP and Reform are all on
Yep.
the downward.
It's because they're all essentially pointless.
well, I think what's happened is the Conservative Party got rid of their Prime Minister Boris Johnson midway through, his term, and I think anyone who leaves something halfway through, they're getting the job done, would be pretty sad. And then also, so then they've got to quickly recuperate around one leader.
We do, of course, have like 3 years before the next election.
Yeah,
And
is
there
it 3
isn't-
years?
Yeah, it has to be in no later than 24th of January 2025.
Yeah,
I thought it was
so
2024.
Not
Nope.
Is that the
long.
Americans?
No, it's some bollocks.
Demon FM would like to apologise for Edmund Woodywest.
That is not a rude word.
Yeah, it says here the next United Kingdom general election is scheduled to be held no later than Friday the 24th of January 2025.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, so that's... I thought it was 2024, but...
Yeah, I would have assumed, because it was 2019.
Yeah, I suppose
it was late 2019.
I think that the rule is you have to call it within 5 years.
I think you've got to... I think it's normally 4, but because they did it in December...
No, it's within 5 years. So, say in 2005, Tony Blair called an election. Then the next one wasn't until 2010.
Yeah, 1 sec.
And then 2010 to 2015. We have an awful system. It really shouldn't work like this. It should be like the Australian and New Zealand system of every 3 years.
Yeah. I don't... Well, I've been just reading.
Every 3 years, and you're gonna have to get along somehow.
I think the actual rules changed in 2022 because it says according to the Dissolution and Calling of Parliament Act 2022, which repealed the Fixed Term Parliaments Act.
So they changed it to stay in longer.
Is that what?
No, well, the Fixed Term Parliament Act was essentially meant to stop them from calling an election willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Which is why that was put there by the coalition government. However, that did essentially nothing. So this one is essentially doing nothing.
Right.
But either way, that's a long time. So. But some people were saying that there might even be an election in October. But with the state...
I would highly doubt that, because the Tories would not give up power. If they called an election
with how big
now...
their majority is.
Yeah. If they called an election now, they probably wouldn't win.
I reckon you could expect an election... Maybe, so the next leader is due to be elected in October. Who knows? Maybe even Boris Johnson might be putting his hat in for the spin again. So we could even see him as a Boris Johnson premiership. But whoever they pick, whoever the 200,000 Conservative members pick as the next Prime Minister, I reckon they will have that honeymoon phase where they're quite popular, and maybe perhaps they would call the general election maybe in 2024, 2023.
Should we look at who's declared their candidacy? Have I just skipped it?
The General Attorney has.
Mr. Sunak, Suella Braverman. I don't know who that is.
General Attorney.
Yep. The Attorney General. And Tom Tudgenhat.
And he's actually quite a new player because he's not actually held any of the big government jobs. He's
been chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee.
Yeah, so normally for Conservatives normally like to have a Prime Minister who has at least been either the Foreign Secretary, the Home Secretary, or the Chancellor. They want them to have one of the big four Secretaries of State's jobs before doing the Prime Minister job.
Well, interestingly, we were looking at the betting odds, and the odds-on favourites were Rishi Sunak and Dominic Raab. They were tied as the most likely to get the new position.
When was that?
That was yesterday.
Okay.
Today, Dominic Raab declared that he won't be running for the leadership position of the Conservative Party, which puts Rishi Sunak as the firm favourite to get it.
I'm going to put my opinion out here. I don't think Rishi Sunak will get it, because the Conservatives. He was the person who stood by Boris Johnson till a few days ago. He stood by him. He's very. I associate him with the Prime Minister as a team. So I don't know if other Conservatives would do the same.
Sunak has a lot of influence, though. I don't think as many people would have handed in resignations as they did if Sunak hadn't done it.
Yeah, my bet would be on Sunak.
I think I don't know, because
he isn't liked by a lot of people, but those people don't tend to vote for the Conservative Party.
Yeah, that is a good point. I'm interested in this. Is it Tom Wallace, Defence Secretary?
Ben
Wallace. I reckon I reckon the thing about with Ben Wallace is he's not really been in the public eye that much. You know, Sunak has. So if they want someone who's seems like a fresh start, maybe this guy could be the fresh start for them.
What works in Ben Wallace's favour is the ongoing war in Ukraine and his military experience.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with that. And the thing is, there's one group of there's like President Zelensky was not there. You know, they were sad to see Boris Johnson go, the Ukrainians. So, you know, if you want someone who can, they want to fill that void, then maybe...
You want a funny fact that comes from the years of Tony Blair?
Go on.
There are many children in Kosovo named after Tony Blair. So they're either called Tony or Blair. That the boys are called Tony, the girls are called Blair, and I find that hilarious.
Nice.
Because, of course, they do love him over there for, well, various things to do with the Yugoslav conflicts. And him being the main supporter of NATO action in the region. However, I find it just uniquely hilarious that there are small children who are named after Tony Blair.
Makes sense to me. Kosovo being the big Blairites that they are. Why not? Who knows? Maybe in Ukraine, as Tom said, we'll have a lot of Borises and Johnsons running around.
Oh, is there any other political topics we can talk about?
Yeah, there was Keir Starmer's Beergate.
Yeah? It wasn't a thing.
He was recently cleared.
Yeah.
Found that he'd done nothing wrong by the police.
I think that was just the tabloids just trying to go off on one.
The thing was, he did, at that time, you weren't meant to, you know, be socialising indoors. Like, I don't think you would have had the same thing happen. Like, say, if you go into any hospital, any other workplace, I think they wouldn't have been doing what the Keir Starmer's campaign team were doing, like having beers and, you know, having a curry. I think that...
If I'm completely honest, I'm not too bothered because, you know, Boris got a free card and that was a huge party.
Yeah, Boris did have a massive party. But, again, the only reason I think Mead and Cheese really didn't, possibly was against it, was because no mead. It's wine and cheese.
Oh, yeah. Wine and cheese is an inferior party.
Yeah, that's the only reason why we would be against Boris Johnson having parties during COVID.
Yeah. Well, you know, Mead and Cheese's official position is we support the candidate who supports the mead and cheese industries.
Yeah.
Mead and Cheese's official stance is we support the party.
Who are we supporting in the next presidential election? Who do you think's more of a mead man? Biden or Trump?
Is Trump running again?
Probably. Should we look up?
Didn't the Republicans say that they weren't going to take him again after the Capitol Hill riots?
Yeah, but they don't care.
Yeah, I don't think you can bet on any of these people sticking to their word.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, wait, that's 2022.
Edmund is currently just looking at who the candidates are for the next United States presidential election.
Declared intent to run. No one's surprised by that. Mr. Biden, who is... I'm sure he's of a sound mind.
Yes, and then we've got the potential candidates, which doesn't include Donald Trump.
No, because this is the Democrats.
Oh. Scroll down, Edmund.
There's the Republican Party.
Okay.
We have the one guy who's exploring a candidacy called Corey Stapleton.
Ooh, he sounds nice.
He's the Secretary of State of Montana.
Shout out to
Liz
Montana,
Cheney,
home of Hannah.
Chris Christie from New Jersey. I think he's one of the Republicans who, like, hardline Trumpers don't like that much.
They all look like villains, don't they?
They are. This is not an opinion of Demon FM. This is an opinion of Mead and Cheese Incorporated. But yeah, no, we've got Mr. Pence and Mr. Trump running again. Of course, Trump would only be eligible for one more term.
Yes.
Is that so? I thought the rule was it's 8 years and then you're capped if you do that, but you could do 4 non and then 8.
What is it? There was just sort of an agreement that people just sort of only ever went for like 2 terms because that's what Washington did.
Wow.
And then Grover Cleveland ran 2 separate terms. So was president, lost the election, won the election.
Okay.
There was also...
There was one...
there was...
The one who did the big deal, the New Deal.
Yeah.
He did more than 8 years.
Roosevelt,
I think
he was there for 4 terms but died during his 4th.
Was that before the terms thing was brought into effect?
Yeah, it was brought in during the next president, Harry Truman.
Mm. So also Howard Stern
I'm pretty sure that he always just declares interest.
I think Trump once said that he wouldn't mind being president for life.
Even better. Anyone want Dwayne Johnson to be president?
Yes.
Now,
I'm sure there were many things I would disagree with Dwayne Johnson on. However, I think that Dwayne The Rock Johnson should run for president.
What would he run as, though, is
The
the
Rock.
question. I mean, would he run with a party?
And he is the party.
Yeah. Well, that would be 2 presidents in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, God, is Trump there?
Trump is in the WWE Hall of
Jesus.
Fame, yeah.
No, there was something I was trying to remember. Where's my... So my parents have gone down to Cornwall this week.
Based.
Yeah. So I think a while ago I sent you guys an image of what my sister had found, which was apple cider mead in India.
That sounds glorious, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds weird. But my parents, of course, being in Cornwall, found Cornish mead wine.
Ooh.
Those of you at home, I can't show you this because it's an image, but, I'll just hold it up to the microphone and you can hear. There.
Mead wine.
There we go. You heard that. Yeah, mead wine. Because mead is just like wine.
It kind of is, yeah. It's not made with grapes, but it's getting there.
but anyway, I think it's about time we announce how we're expanding Mead and Cheese. So we've devised a few plans on how we would divide. We want Mead and Cheese not just to be like one show anymore. We want to expand it. Though this is to always be the core show where it's born, we want it to be a media conglomerate. There you go. I was waiting for someone to correct me. So we are we've been mulling around for the idea for a while. We're starting a Mead and Cheese politics show where we just talk about our opinions on that.
Have we been talking about that?
We've been talking about doing a gentleman's podcast.
Yeah.
We've been talking about Corey doing, not with me, but with some wrestling experts, doing a wrestling show.
Yeah, me and Evan did have a wrestling show for a little while. I don't know if there's any plans to bring that back as of now, but yeah, I'm up for it.
But there's a lot of things happening. I think there's going to be a movie show, a movie quiz show possibly, maybe where it involves quizzes, and maybe like we could even actually put our famous pitch invasion into a different movie quiz show.
Oh, that would be interesting.
We could call it what could we call it?
The DMC?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could call it DMC. That sounds quite catchy.
We'll call it the Kieran Shea Show.
Yeah, we'll get that lovely gentleman Kieran Shea to
Kieran
host
Shea
it.
not included.
No, he's not allowed on the show. We're just calling it the Kieran Shea Show.
But yeah, we've got a few big ideas, haven't we, Corey?
Yeah, I think the biggest idea was getting some anonymous listener input. We were talking about doing an Agony Aunt section where people would send us problems they're having and we would give them very bad advice.
Yeah, shall we see if we can in the next we could see if we put a little post up on our Mead and Cheese. We'll see if we can solve that problem. So what I'm going to do in the next couple of seconds is there's going to be a post up on, you guessed it, Mead and Cheese Instagram, and you can then enter in your post a problem you're having, or and we'll answer it, won't we?
Yeah, DJ Mead, DJ Cheese, and our Agony Aunt correspondent, Edmund Woodyworth.
Don't get me involved in this.
So anyway, I think it's about time we go to the greatest song ever made, which is Temporary Secretary by Paul McCartney. And after that, we will see if anyone has submitted their Agony Aunt submissions. Temporary Secretary by Paul McCartney. The greatest song ever made, wouldn't you agree?
No.
Also no.
The greatest song ever made is Watermelon Sugar High by Harry Styles, or ELO. Any ELO song is very good.
Any ELO song is the greatest song.
I mean, that's probably what you should cue up next. But yeah, as I was saying before we cut to the song, we have now posted on our Instagram, Mead and Cheese.
We have
a little box where you can go type in your problem. Take your time with it, write it out, think about what you want to write, and we will solve it, because we will solve it on this show. Because I think what qualifies us to solve problems is we solved one massive problem, which most people didn't know they had, was they didn't know what mead was. And that was a massive problem. And our mission on this show was, and still is, and will continue to be so, was to bring Mead and Cheese back into the household, to make people drink mead. We wanted them to hear about mead. They wanted to build that mead culture. And what we have achieved in this show is we've had one of the highest viewed shows on Demon FM. We've had one of the most guest shows on Demon FM. We actually made mead one of the most searched terms in Leicester. We've done a lot for mead. We have. DJ Cheese, have you published the story yet? Yeah, the story is published, yeah. And okay. It's published, but it's posting. Internet's not great in here, but it should be up in the next few minutes.
Cool. Well, I will also be posting it to the Demon FM Instagram.
Yes, definitely. That'll be another. So you can catch it on Mead and Cheese and Demon FM. Give them both a follow for your regular updates.
Of course. So could you please read out the question?
So this is the question, and if you want to tweet it in as well, you can tweet us in at Demon FM. The question is, send us your life problems and we'll solve them here on Demon FM.
Yes, could you read that one more time?
Send us your life problems and we'll solve them here on Demon FM.
Send us your life problems and we will solve them here on Demon FM.
And that we will do that.
Cool. So we will let you guys know if we receive any people's problems. So for the meantime, let's get back to the political discussion.
Okay, so I don't know how much more I've got to say, but I think, what do you guys think about Boris Johnson leaving?
I think it's the right choice. I think it's come a little bit too late. Maybe a lot too late, actually.
I see. This is where I agree. I don't agree. I think it's probably came a bit too early. I think, eventually he probably should have left, but I think that should have probably been way into the 2030s.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I think DJ Cheese is being possibly sarcastic here. Edmund.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on Boris Johnson leaving?
My take on Boris Johnson leaving is a bit unfortunate.
Okay, go on.
Because I'm not a massive fan of Boris Johnson. But I like the fact that he is doing more harm than good to the Conservative Party.
That's what I mean. If you keep it until 2030, you won't have it.
And if there was an election in the next couple of months, I wouldn't be very sad.
No.
Because the Tory party wouldn't have a leader.
Yes. Yes, that's true. There were people saying he was going to wait until the results of Beergate to announce an election. Obviously, Keir Starmer has been cleared. So that probably won't happen.
Yeah, that won't happen after all, because well, you know, it's like he would have used that as an opportunity, but now that won't happen at all, which is again interesting. But just a quick reminder, everyone, that we have put our post up on Demon FM, Demon Mead and Cheese, and you could also tweet us in at Demon FM that we are answering your life problems today. And we've already had two life problems come in. One is the radio studio is too hot.
It is too hot, but how are we going to solve that? I think what we need to do is bring a big bag full of ice cubes and scatter the ice cubes all over the desk to cool the room. What do you think?
What do you think?
I think we should do a similar thing, but with a fan. So we'll put the ice cubes behind the fan, and then it'll waft cool air.
Yeah. Tom, you are playing that down the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, a fan.
Should we create a feedback loop?
Maybe. What kind of fan are we talking about? Like a fan of Green Day or?
No, I think a
WWE?
Victorian woman holding a fan
That sounds like a great idea.
and just sort of fanning the room with her fan.
Yeah.
So if we get Maddie to come in with her rainbow fan.
Yes. Although it is no longer Pride Month, so we wouldn't be in.
Who cares about that? I want fan.
DJ Cheese, what is your suggestion to fix the hot studio issue?
I think a bit of both, like getting some ice, getting a fan, putting the ice in front of the fan so that it just like pushes hot away. Or we could just, get aircon, use it, set it. I think that'd be a good way to pass it. Or a slushy machine.
Yeah.
Slushy machine
sounds good. The ultimate solution, I think, would actually be ban Kieran Shea from the studio because he is hot stuff. And not allowing him in the studio would bring the temperature of the room down drastically. What do we think?
I agree.
Ed's nodding. We're all in agreement. What is the second problem we've had?
So,
Tom?
We have now 3 questions. I'm going to read one. So this one is, I have no cheese, please help.
Okay, Ed, how should we solve the problem, I have no cheese?
I would recommend you go to your closest cheese dispensary. If you have a prescription from a doctor, you can get it for £9.95 from a pharmacy.
Nice.
Or you could just go to Tesco's and buy some like cheddar or something for like £2.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I would recommend is go to the shop. Or if you have a cow, milk it.
Yeah, make your own cheese.
Make your own,
Yeah.
Why not?
Get that curds and whey.
Yeah, even if you just have a bottle of milk, just,
I'm doing that in the fridge right now.
Ed's
It's
doing
been
it right
there
now.
since
Ed does it
March.
all the time. Most of the cheese we have is produced by Ed's mouldy milk.
Yeah, people did question me when I did start bringing in just milk carton shaped cheese.
This is what they say, is you give a man a fish, he's fed for a day, you teach a man to fish, and he will go sell all the fishing equipment for more food. So what you've got to do is sell your fishing equipment for cheese.
Sell your fishing equipment or your cheese equipment.
Exactly. Do we have any more problems submitted to us at this time?
So we have, my video production company needs more clients.
Well, what you've got to do is you've got to go to one of these sub-for-sub websites.
Yeah.
You've got to find other video production companies, tell them to act as your client and that you will do the same. But once they've worked with you, you just unfollow them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good shout. My shout is to go in with a business mind, go and talk to as many businesses as you can, and see what pick a niche, maybe pick like an air industry and go talk to them
Yeah.
And tell them why they need video, and have and don't just say you need it have reasons why they could benefit from video. But also, if you're a video production company, I think a lot of companies like this, myself as well, is they're not using video enough to promote their services. Like, they're going out telling people they need video to, promote their brand, but they're not using video to promote their own brand. So make sure you have your own video base in your own company before you even, start to reach out. So you can actually use your videos to reach in more clients.
I agree. Do we have any more problems submitted to us?
Not at this current point, but my phone is not working very well at the minute. It's the internet's being very slow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just them free now. But remember, you can submit any problem. We're happy to help. We're here for you. So just submit it at Mead and Cheese or Demon FM, or just hit it on Demon FM Twitter.
That is absolutely true. So now we are going to play some Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra, as Tom was saying. They are the best of all time. And after that we will be coming back for more of your problems.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to the segment of Mead and Cheese, which we are calling Mead and Cheese Solve Your Problems.
Your everyday problems we're here to solve.
Any problems.
Yeah, you're right. We have had some an influx of questions come through in the break. So is it okay if we tackle one first?
Okay, yeah.
This is from, I'm going to say his name. It's from the great and wonderful, the Greek god, Evan.
Okay.
And he says, I am suffering from success.
Yeah, I can understand when someone
Humble brag.
When someone is as successful and mighty as the Greek god Evan, it can be very hard to relate to the common people. So I think what Evan needs to do is maybe climb down from Mount Olympus, spend some time with the commoners, and just enjoy some mead and some cheese.
Yeah. I think I'm going to put my thoughts in there. Evan, I think one thing you have to remember is success is suffering. So if you're suffering from success, that's a good thing. And we need people like Evan to be successful, because Evan is someone who enjoys mead. He's someone who loves trains. He's someone who loves Pirates of the Caribbean, loves Planet of the Apes. He has, such a good mind for popular, rich culture, like these great films I've just mentioned. And we need someone like that to promote these things. And yes, being that front man and promoting all that is, suffering. It's hard. It's hard being the most powerful person in the room, leading these important conversations. But the train to success is a long one. You have to be in it for the long run. So Evan, what I have to say is, have a glass of mead, smile about this success, enjoy the wins.
Of course.
Ed, would you like to add anything to that?
No, I'm good.
No?
No? Okay, any more problems?
Yeah, we have quite a few. Some from the Licky Licky squad. So let me just get them up. Again, my phone is suffering from bad internet. So we have my brother booby trapped the stairs and my knee still injured. Revenge. So I need to get that pen a bigger, because I'm reading very small. Set. My brother booby trapped the stairs and my knee is still injured. Revenge? ?
I think revenge is the ultimate answer to this. I think, if you can hit your brother with a tombstone pile driver, that would be the best way to go about it. Maybe even through a flaming table.
What?
Ed, what do you think?
What? I was not paying any attention to
Next
anything that was happening.
Next one. I keep getting writer's block. What should I do?
Stop getting writer's block.
So
Yeah, I think that the best way to stop writer's block is just to write stuff.
Yeah?
yeah,
It's pretty good. I think that if this person just really goes at it and just starts writing,
like
I see no problems with this solution.
I
agree,
don't like writing particularly
Mm.
at all. I have to write a few scripts in my time, and that's the bit I enjoy the least. I know some people love it, but I know one thing: if you love it or hate it, a lot of people suffer from writer's block. And I think the thing is, give yourself a deadline. That's one way.
Yep.
Try and work to that deadline, and make that deadline not just like make yourself accountable to that deadline. Get someone else to give it you and check up on you. And then maybe even like sometimes you got your piece of work and you're privately working on it. Sometimes you need to air that work out, so you need to get some people around. Say, this is what I've got so far. What do you think? Am I taking this in the right direction? And they might give you the encouragement you need to keep going, but also they might give you some critical feedback on where you might be tripping yourself up. And that is how you get over it, by talking to people, by keeping directions, by giving yourself a new deadline, and then you will succeed. And I think this all comes back to Mead and Cheese. We had a few episodes where we had writer's block. We didn't know what to do with Mead and Cheese, but every time we looked to our fundamentals, because one of my friends and a spiritual advisor of mine, Lord Jim Shepherd, he said to me once that you don't get anywhere with half measures. You have to have full commitment, and that's what we've done here in Mead and Cheese. We've had full commitment to getting Mead out there. We've had commitment on that very focused mission to getting Mead out there, getting more people drinking it, and we have succeeded in that. More people are drinking Mead than ever. More people are searching for Mead than ever. More people. This is the most popular show about Mead in the whole world, possibly the universe.
I think the best way to get around your writer's block as well is, of course, listen to Mead and Cheese, the greatest show in the universe. Drink some mead, eat some cheese, and I think
maybe
plagiarism is the ultimate way.
Yeah, write down what we've just said now. That would be a great film. That's what we do in Mead Cheese. We give you... That's why if you're getting actually Southern writer block and you're writing like a creative story...
Yeah, plagiarise.
Plagiarise, or...
Yeah, don't waste your eyes, plagiarise. Think about Mead and Cheese, yeah? We came up with this great concept called pitch invasion.
Yeah.
And some guy called Kieran Shea plagiarised our idea and made his show 10 times better.
And I tell you what, if you do want to come on Pitch Invasion, you can sign up on Instagram to come on Mead and Cheese and be on the show. And then maybe if you're just got right block, we can make you think of some new ideas, Mead and Cheese related, and you can pitch them to us.
Yes. So next on Mead and Cheese solves your problems.
So let me just get the next one up. My girlfriend caught a Cradios on Pokemon. Not a problem, just thought it was cool.
A Cradios?
Kratos.
Oh, Gyarados.
I have
Yeah.
no idea what...
Yeah, that is cool. Your girlfriend sounds like a really cool person.
One thing I will say, remember, don't spend all your time on video games. You've done that. You've got your Kratos. You've got it. Now go out into the world. Enjoy the fresh air. It's lovely weather at the minute. There's a lot.
Play some board games.
Play some board games. There's a lot of opportunities. Go down to the park. Bring a board game. Take a picnic. We're good.
Play a board game.
Yeah, play a board game.
I think that's the worst advice. I think you should spend more time playing video games, and then you can catch a Gyarados and go to your girlfriend and say, look, now I've caught one. What are you going to do about that? You think you're so cool, now I've got one.
Okay, so next question. I'm going to throw this one straight to Rune, because we even had an election on this. I want to try mead. What is the best mead?
Fjord mead.
Fjord mead.
But it's not very easily
available. So,
Ed,
What?
what is the best mead
what is the best mead
for someone who wants to get into
for someone
mead?
who wants
to get into mead? Oh. Well, if you've never had mead before, Morrison's have a range.
No.
They only actually
No.
sell 2 meads now. They got rid of Harvest Gold mead.
Ooh,
Have they?
Yeah, they only sell 2 meads.
which are?
Hold on, let me just...
Well, shall we go Morrison's after the show and get it?
Yes.
No,
So
we're having
Morrison's,
breakfast first.
Yeah.
Morrison's have gotten rid of the really bad mead, which is good news for the mead community.
I mean, if it was your first ever mead, then you go, hey, that's alright, but it gets better.
Yeah.
Now there's Brigantine Cornish mead, wine blackberry, and Cornish blackberry mead.
So they're both Cornish blackberry mead.
And that is that in the Leicester Morrison's? Well,
I have no idea.
So Morrison's no longer sell a plain mead.
yeah, which is kind of interesting. I think they should go for Lime Bay mead.
Lime Bay mead would be the ultimate choice for
Yeah.
a beginner.
Oh, I think
Lime
like-
Bay is,
yeah.
might have to up their production then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or someone I know who's very, very, very talented. Connor Daly could probably.
Connor Delia, yeah. Get in contact with Connor Delia from
Connor
Southern
Daly's
Nashville
Delia mead.
Okay, so
and ask for some fjord mead.
So our next question is: I simply have too much swag. It's getting tough to cope, and I think this is very similar to one of the questions we had earlier, which was I'm suffering with success. One of the things where they've reached a level of swag, and now it's sort of the swag is sort of weighing them down a bit, And I think the main thing about being cool and upbeat is, forgetting that you're cool.
You know what's cooler than being cool? Not being
Ice
cool at all.
cold.
Yeah.
What's cooler than being cool?
Is putting your
Ice cold.
putting your seatbelt on.
Yeah, so what you need to do is wear socks with sandals and wear some Crocs as earmuffs. And, I don't know, maybe some fingerless gloves with non-fingerless gloves underneath.
And you need to shop at Waitrose.
Yes, that is the ultimate thing, to bring down your swag to such a negative level that your swag levels automatically jump back up to where they were before. It kind of reverses the counter. What do you think, Ed? Would that work?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I've never had an issue with swag.
Yeah.
Also, I think we are getting told
5. Yeah.
5
Thank
minutes.
you.
Yeah, Mead and Cheese, we are such a rebellious show that we get kicked out of the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't just simply leave.
So we have about 10 minutes left. So
Was that our last viewer submitted?
that was our last question. So
Well, that is great timing.
that was good timing. So let's just have some closing thoughts, I think.
I think closing thoughts is you can never be too swag. Success is suffering. And
If someone would be able to go to Morrison's and tell us what the Cornish mead wine is like,
yeah,
that would save us, £12?
I mean, the
Yeah.
450 one, I'm interested.
I mean, I'll go down to get the 450 one.
Yeah.
I don't know if
After getting food, should we go up to Morrison's?
I think we should. So anyway, what's on our schedule today is after this we're going to go get all day breakfast. All of us are, and this is going to be a new segment of our show starting off in the next week and then a few weeks after, where we're going to talk to you about the best all day breakfast to get in the UK. And then obviously Corey's mentioned that he's going to start drawing up a Mead Map.
Yes,
So we're going to have some cool little things to do, and maybe in next September we'll start a new cheese war.
Yes. We might even start a mead war.
A mead war.
After we've done this Mead Map.
So yeah, we've got like a few weeks left, and we'll have shows going. We're going to have shows going throughout all of August.
Big question first. How was the breakfast on Madeira?
The breakfast on Madeira was great and free.
Excellent.
I used to. I woke up at like 9 every morning on point, like to get up to get breakfast. And like I panicked sometimes because I thought, oh God, I'm not going to wake up, and then I've woke up on time. And then like some days it would be like midday, and I'll start talking to Maddie. Oh, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow, and she was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, instead of getting the eggs first, I'm going to get the toast first, and then put the eggs on the toast whilst it's buttered." And it's like, this is what the sort of things I was thinking about all the day.
Here's one of the things with like breakfasts, like English breakfast and whatever. I do tend to just get the toast, use it as the base, pile the beans on, and then actually no, sorry, I'm wrong in that. You do the bacon, then the sausage, then the beans, then the egg, and then everything else goes around the side in a nice little pan. Essentially, I'm just having beans on toast.
How do you do it, Corey?
How do I do my breakfast?
Yeah.
What, when I'm making it myself?
Yeah, when you say you're doing a fry up.
Okay, so I'll throw as much bacon in the pan as possible, get it all like fatty and greasy.
Yeah.
Then I'll use that grease to fry the eggs.
Ooh.
Because that saves on getting oil. And then I've got bacon fat flavoured egg, which is very nice. And then I'll toast some bread, slap it all between the bread, get some ketchup and squirt a bit of that in there. And by the end of it, I've got this big mountainous sandwich that won't hold itself together, and it's leaking like greasy bacon fat ketchup out onto my shirt.
And with that, Mead and Cheese is that greasy bacon sandwich that Corey just described, and we are going to be dripping content this whole summer, and we will continue throughout into 2023.
Yes, so this has been the great return episode of Mead and Cheese. Please watch out on our Facebook, and we will announce when our next episode will be. Thank you for listening to
Thank you for listening to me.
Cheese.
We will see you soon.
Mead and Cheese.
This is Leicester's Student Sound.
Demon FM.